burying the dead after a weekend of violence where security forces fired live rounds at demonstrators in cities across Myanmar. This Muslim woman was shot in the head while crossing the street. The three-fingered salute of the protest movement draped over her coffin. Protesters were back on the streets on Monday, undeterred by the crackdown. Security forces used tear gas en masse here in Yangon and other cities. Rubber bullets were also in use. I'm here as a frontliner because I don't want my son to grow up in this evil era. And I'm here for our heroes who died yesterday in the protests. They're calling for their votes to be respected with the reinstatement of the government of Aung San Suu Kyi, whose party won a landslide victory in November's election. Suu Kyi herself appeared by video link in court. Her lawyers say she's now facing 2 more charges, including one for publishing information that may cause alarm. Her lawyers still have no access to her.
Video conferencing began with Aung San Suu Kyi on the other side and the presiding judge on this side or in the court. We cannot have any access to the court to look at the screen on the side of the court to look at her face.
The army crackdown has drawn international condemnation. The arrested top politicians, Aung San Suu Kyi and also the president, Win Myint, must be released immediately. The rule of law must be respected. But Myanmar's army chief, who protesters have branded a murderer, instead vowed to punish the protest leaders. Yet hundreds of thousands have faced off against the army over the past month. Now, as the military steps up its response, there are fears that more may end up paying the ultimate price in their struggle for freedom.
I want to cross now to Tom Andrews. He's the UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Myanmar. Tom, it's good to have you on the program. The White House today released a statement saying that it's preparing to impose further costs on those responsible in Myanmar. What kind of sanctions are you expecting?
Well, I'm hoping that the sanctions are a step beyond the original sanctions regime that they announced, that they're tougher, that they impact not just individuals, the generals in the junta, but also their businesses and business conglomerates. It's very, very important that happen. But I think what's also important is for countries around the world, including the European Union, the UK, and others, to coordinate these various sanctions regimes together. Right now, there's kind of a hodgepodge of sanctions. Some have them, some don't. Some have different types of sanctions. If we can coordinate them, organize them, then we'd have the best chance for the biggest possible punch against the regime. So we'll see what happens, what comes from the White House. I hope it's stronger, and I hope that we have coordination with other countries.
You know, so far, sanctions, they don't seem to be having any real tangible effect. I mean, what do you think, what could be done to give additional ones more teeth?
Well, I think we've got a couple of things that we have to do. First, as I mentioned, coordinated sanctions and apply them to business and business conglomerates as well as individuals. I think we need a global arms embargo to prevent and stop these arms from getting into the hands of the generals. But I also think it's important to at least try to get this before the United Nations Security Council so that they would be in a position to refer this to the International Criminal Court so that they could investigate and then prosecute those who are responsible for these atrocities. So all of these measures collectively, I think, could make a significant difference. In terms of sanctions, remember, the progress that had been made that was overturned by this coup were precisely that progress that was enabled by economic sanctions. Now, countries lifted the sanctions, like the United States, like the EU. We now see what happened. There's no reason why we can't reimpose them, make them even more focused, even tougher, and we'll get, I believe, the results that we're looking for. It's worked in the past. I think it can work going forward.
You mentioned getting action at the UN Security Council. You know that the main sticking point there, of course, is that China and Russia will probably veto any measure. They're not willing to abandon what they call an ally. So how could that obstacle be overcome?
Well, it's a very, very good question. And we know just traditionally China has been there to protect the generals from the Security Council. They provide them with weapons. They provide them with trade and investment. It is an obstacle. But listen, the Chinese have a self-interest in this. They don't want to see a conflagration right over their border. We've seen them now beginning to make statements that have been encouraging, condemning the coup, calling for the release of all political prisoners. So there's steps forward, I see, in the position of China. I'm hoping that they're privately communicating with the generals, and that will have an impact. And then possibly we'll be able to see them, if not threaten a veto, at least step back and allow the Security Council to meet and deliberate, and perhaps take some sanctions actions with them abstaining. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's obviously something that we have to overcome, but it's worth a try. Even if it fails, it's worth a try. And if it does fail, we can work on coordinated policies from various countries that are willing to take action.
Tom Andrews, UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Myanmar. Tom, we appreciate your time and your insights tonight. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.